guys, we have another great episode of Craft Tea for you. Today we're going to have Deana Tomas on. I believe this is now her third time on Craft Tea, but we talk about Rick Ross and his buffalo, TumblerCon, Jason and his pajamas. There's a whole bunch of topics on here that are great and very random. You guys are not going to want to miss this one.
As you can see, we're still having tea.
Hey guys, welcome back to Craft Tea episode 42. We have a guest again. Technically, we had a guest last time. We're going to reshoot that next time. You guys won't even know about it.
I enjoy your enthusiasm.
Well, I have to finish my coffee and I have a whole nother one coming.
Yeah, where is she?
Give it like half an episode.
Do you think Patty got lost?
But we have Deana Tomas is joining us for the third time. But she got her.
But this is your first real official episode.
This is your first not special. Like TumblerCon was her own episode, but that was like
I literally pulled her from the aisle.
Yeah. This is our first fully prepared episode. Even the last one when she flew in, that wasn't even like, hey, you want to like
it was
be on an episode?
Perfect timing.
This is the first planned episode.
I texted her last night because, you know, I'm a hot mess and I have to do it the night before with everybody. And I was like, please be on Craft Tea tomorrow. And she calls me and I was like, is she sitting in a flight seat? And then I'm like, no, she's not. She must be somewhere weird. And then I saw the uniform. I'm like, no, you're at work. Because I don't know. She could be flying to like Rome for a pedicure or some shit like that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. You're such an exaggerator.
You didn't go somewhere and get a manicure.
I did. And it was the best manicure of my life. Okay. Mani-pedi. And it was only $11. So
and you didn't have to pay for the flight.
I did not. But I had to work the flight, which is worse.
Is it hard? Is it tiring to be a flight attendant?
It
Coffee's
is.
Here.
It's not. Like, it's not. Oh, coffee. Good. Time to wake up.
Just get one for Deana.
Oh, please. I wish. It is.
Thank you, Patty.
Hi.
As you were, my dear.
It is and it's not. It's not like I'm sitting there and, you know, doing anything crazy. I'm literally passing out cookies.
Big ass cookies.
You know, on the day to day, you know, sometimes things get a little crazy with like medical events or anything like that. But it's just a long day 9 times out of 10. So that's kind of tiring, you know. And then also like your social battery wears very easily. You know, you have to be like on all like the whole time that passengers are on the plane.
Yeah, you better smile at me. Make my flight, nice, please. That'd be great. And give me my cookie.
I got you on the cookies. We ran out of cookies the other day on my flight. We almost ran out of cookies. We had 2 left and the last 2 passengers got them. And then there was no more for me to have any, which is for the best, but you know.
I hate when they run out of champagne.
I think it was the last time we were flying with Spirit and stuff, though. But remember, it was like every time we'd get on the plane, the stewardesses would be like, oh, they forgot to stock X. And it was like something serious. Like they forgot to stock beer, period. Like there's no beer on the plane. Or they forgot to stock ginger ale. No ginger ale on the plane. And we're like, what?
That happened on American.
Was it American that it was happening?
They had enough for the first class, though, so hey.
Yep. We always try to make sure that we at least have enough for first class. But like sometimes what will happen is either there's like a shortage of a particular item, or a lot of the times, you know, you get catered in a base that is like a hub, like, you know, Atlanta, like one of the bigger cities. And then, you know, you fly to a smaller city and then you fly back. So you only get catered, like, for example, if I was going from Atlanta to Philadelphia and then back to Atlanta, I would only get catered in Atlanta, but enough for there and back. Now, if, for example, it's a super crazy, day in first class and Sarah's there and she's drinking 14 Jack and Cokes. I mean, I would never serve her 14 Jack and Cokes, but, say, she's drinking all these Jack and Cokes and a flight attendant who's not me, because once we're running out with our cart designated for that flight, I'd be like, we're done. We don't have any more, right? But some other flight attendants will be like, oh yeah, I'll just dip into the other cart and they'll use the other cart's stock as well. So not only did they use all of the the Jack Daniels from the first cart that was designated for Atlanta to Philadelphia, they used all of Philadelphia to Atlanta as well.
So someone else drank my champagne is what you're saying. When they tell me that there's none after I've had one, somebody else on the flight before took my shit.
Look, that may very well be the case, or it could have just been a shortage. So
champagne shortage. Do you only work first class, or do you work the back, or do you get to choose? How does that work?
So
do you roll dice?
I get to choose for the most part. The flight leader is the person that works first class. They make, most of the announcements and stuff like that. I don't know, it depends on the type of plane. For me, I prefer to work first class, like the flight leader on certain kinds of planes, whereas I don't on others. Also certain kinds of trips. So like I'll do it also if I have to. But I prefer to work in the back.
Tell Jason what job you're bidding for now.
So I everything is based on like bids because everything is seniority based.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to bid for my schedule, and for January, because I'm trying to get right for my wedding, I'm planning my entire bid around going to the gym. So normally I would work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. However, for January, I bid for the weekends, but I'm going to try to only work 30-hour all-inclusive layovers.
On the weekends.
On the weekends. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and be in like Cancun at an all-inclusive resort for 30 hours. I don't know if I'll hold it, but I bid for it. So
more power to you.
Yeah, like we're gonna try it. We'll see how it turns out.
So that's how she's gonna sample places to go
for my bachelorette.
She's gonna literally just sample them.
Going on a okay.
We're gonna see. I bid for Cancun, Montego Bay, San Juan, and there was another one I don't remember, but I bid for all of them. We're gonna find out.
I hope you get it.
Me too. I'll let you know.
Jason's gonna be a flight attendant for me, he said.
I know, I heard.
We're just working on a few minor details.
Yeah.
I highly recommend. I'm just saying.
Coffee on either side. Just had to pick one.
I wish I had coffees to choose from. I've been trying to cut back. It's not working out.
No, I've been trying to cut back since I started, I think, and I just get worse. I add another shot of espresso and stop thinking about it.
No.
Deanna's who told me about the medicine ball at Starbucks.
Yes, and I did have that after when I wasn't feeling good.
Did it make you feel better?
I don't know if it necessarily made me feel better, but it was nice though. Like it was, soothing.
Yeah.
I did not call it a medicine ball though. I had to Google it because it's on the menu officially now.
Is it really?
Yeah, I forget what it's called. If you Google medicine ball, it'll come up and tell you what the name is now, but it's like
I feel like it's like a honey.
Yeah, it's like a honey peach tea something.
Yeah, something like that.
He said he would have asked it by medicine ball, but he knew that the girl behind the counter was new. And it's just sad that we know that.
Yeah.
We know those things at this particular Starbucks that she's new here.
Oh my gosh. Look, I am a Dunkin' girly. Although since I've started like dieting, I've been going to Starbucks because it's healthier. That's what I've talked myself into. This is why I'm not losing weight.
It's a honey citrus mint tea.
Yes, it's so soothing, and I feel like it like coats your throat a little bit. Like it when I was sick and I was coughing my lungs out, I was like I like lived on medicine balls because it helped like soothe my throat in a way that like I wasn't coughing so much. So I feel like it helped heal my throat. I don't know if that sounds weird, but
No.
so maybe that's just me convincing myself that I need to go to Starbucks every day. I don't know.
Starbucks has done that to us.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, that's it.
Whatever helps you sleep at
Whatever
night.
helps you give Starbucks all your monies.
All of my money. All of my money.
When we go in the morning, sometimes it's $38. I'm like, what did we just order? What happened?
It's when you get food. Their food is like out of control.
Let me tell
Jason's
you,
coffee's almost $10.
I mean, also the coffee's out of control, but
yeah,
it's all out of control.
I'll go to Starbucks and it'll be just me and I'll get a drink and I'll get like a breakfast sandwich and it's like $12. And I'm like,
What'd I do?
what is this? Me and Miles can both eat at McDonald's like full meals for $12.
I don't know if you can anymore. Not a hash brown. A hash brown's like $4.
It was actually just on the
Recently-
news that they increased that McDonald's, it reported record high earnings in their last quarter, but they also have record high prices.
Oh my God. Look.
So, and everyone's just like, that's fine, and just keeps on going. Same thing with
And
Netflix,
keeps
right?
going.
Just add another $1, and they didn't
other-
drop subs, they just made another million, right? Like,
The other day, Miles and I went to Taco Bell and we spent $40. And I was like, we're so fat.
that's
But
got to be
also,
one of
what
everything.
happened?
Actually, 3 of everything. $40 at Taco Bell.
I was like, I don't even
3
know
of
what we got.
everything.
It wasn't anything crazy. Miles has been just like eating more and more. So there's that. But like, I was like, we didn't even get anything crazy. Like it wasn't, but I swear when Miles and I go to McDonald's, I swear it's like $13 every time. But we always order the same thing and it's nothing crazy. You'll get like 2 double cheeseburgers, a small fry, and a drink.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
so
I could
it's
see
not
that being
like-
cheap.
Yeah, it's not like anything like outrageous. But Taco Bell $40, I was like, ain't no way.
They literally
no
had to
way.
have handed you a sack, though.
Oh yeah, I mean it was like
It was one of the
big
bags that has
bag.
handles.
No, it was not a handled bag. It was just
Yeah.
like a bag, but
He
was
said
a
it got
big-
handles.
Yeah, it was no, I don't believe you. $40 at Taco Bell is like a week. That's a food. That's like going food shopping.
I swear to God, it was nothing crazy. I wish I had like I ordered it on like the little screen. So like it was I swear it was nothing crazy because I know my eyes get like real big when I'm hungry, but I still know and understand like I cannot eat all of this food. So I'm like I try to, be mindful of that like when I'm ordering. But like I ordered for Miles, I think he ordered like 3 soft tacos and a burrito and like chips and cheese. Like he was like starving that day. And
That's not that much.
it's
At
really
Taco
not
Bell,
that much.
that's like nothing.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
but-
small.
But what I'm saying is like that it all added up. It was like 38 and change. And I'm like, ain't no way. Like there is no like what is this? I couldn't believe it. I was
Just
like,
think if you get
$38.
tacos instead of flowers for your wedding.
Uh,
If you get $12K in tacos, how many tacos is that?
Too many. Okay.
Bridal party
Is it
tacos.
too many? What? I don't know. That's an oxymoron. Too many in tacos
know-
doesn't go in the same sentence together.
Bridal party
I'm just saying.
tacos.
See, you
Bridal
wanted me to
party
get more
tacos,
excited in a conversation. Talk about tacos.
I would have loved to cater Taco Bell for my wedding because it would have been probably a quarter of the price.
Listen, you said no budget for flowers, so it sounds like you just need to reprioritize. And now, because you just said you'd love to offer tacos at your wedding, so let's make that a reality.
There's
Re-budget, and now it's a taco wedding, and you don't need flowers.
I said no budget because I didn't think that it was going to be as much as it was. Like how much like could flowers be? You go like I think
Well, it's for a
bouquet
wedding.
of roses at Kroger is like $12.99
Yeah.
for a dozen roses, right?
But they're
So
not for a
how-
wedding.
They could be for a wedding though
Of course
if you
they
get
could.
Like,
enough.
Of course.
Hello?
You just
Kroger flowers for your girls because no one will know the difference.
They
They'll be
just-
far away from them anyway.
well, they are the same. They just want
It's the same thing.
you added
but
the word wedding to it, so they were like, that's $20.
I have the proposal like literally right here. I
$20.99.
proposed for my bouquet, which is nothing crazy. I did ask for peonies.
Diamond crusted peonies.
No, I asked for peonies, which are more expensive, but I only asked for like 1 or 2 in there. The rest are like roses and greenery and like other random flowers. $400 for my bouquet.
No, thank you. That's what I would say. No, thank you. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
You could go right to your neighbor's garden for free, yo.
Like, what? $400?
We have
Uh-huh.
time to
No
grow
line
some
of
if we start
business.
now. You want to start now and grow them?
Sarah
What?
made all of the bouquets for her bridesmaids.
I was
I
telling her.
believe that. Yeah, she said that, but like
They were
I
paper flowers, and they were
feel like
adorable.
I cannot even think about putting together a bouquet. I feel like that's magic. Like, how do people do that? Like, I'm like all of the
She'll
when I
make
go
them
to
for you.
trim a like if
12K.
Miles comes home with a bouquet of flowers and I go to open it up and trim the ends and I put it back together to put in the vase, I'm like, this looks horrible. Like, how did this even happen? All I did was open it, trim, and put it back together. I cannot imagine placing flowers in a strategic way to make a bouquet look good.
But
I
that's
don't
what
know-
people say about your cups too.
You know who can imagine that? People that
Hmm.
charge 12K.
Huh.
Because they know that you
You're
don't want to imagine doing that yourself.
Yep. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
And that's not even the first like quote that I've gotten for florals. Like, my wedding is coming up real quick, and that's the only thing that's outstanding is the florist, because I just cannot fathom spending $8,000, $12,000 on flowers that are going to die. But I also can't
Mhm.
fathom putting together my own fake florals. I just can't do it.
Right.
And I also, even more than that, I
Mhm.
can't fathom renting fake florals, because then I'm still paying for something that I have to send back. Whereas
Right.
if I buy the fake florals myself and, you know, I put everything together and it somehow, by the grace of God, looks good, I can sell them, you know, and get my money back. So I just
Your stuff.
there's
So
a conundrum here.
I heard
I'm not thriving.
I heard an A, a B, but I didn't hear the C. So like it was either pay a lot of money for real flowers that
pay
might
the
die, make
quadrillion-
flowers, fake flowers yourself, but you didn't give the option of paying someone to make the fake flowers. You only
I did,
decided
renting them.
no, that's
so-
renting.
No,
Pay
making them for you.
someone to make you
Not
fake
me,
flowers.
but somebody else.
I was going to say Sarah.
Or
What's up,
Sarah.
girl?
Fly down for the weekend. We'll make them together.
Look, it's just so much.
She doesn't want to do it. Sarah's like, you know what? I got a better idea.
Fly down and keep me
You
company.
fly here, stop what you're doing, and you're still going to do it, but you're just going to do it away from the comfort of your own home.
And that's exactly where Deana
You
always
can
is.
sleep in the spare bedroom that my
Yes.
cat pees in,
I was like,
and it'll be amazing.
look, I
You
think
gotta tell her that part. He doesn't pee in that room.
I'm so dead.
He pees in the craft room.
No, he pees in that room now because I opened the door and was like, what the fuck is this smell?
Keep the door
Oh
shut.
my gosh.
I know, it was
love
a horrible mistake. That's where the cutter is, the cricket. Was doing fucking tacky tape, doing my shit, get my craft on, late, forgot to shut the door behind me in the spare room.
You
I went in the
you
next day and got smacked in the face with fucking Figaro scent.
You leave both of those doors open habitually though, and the one door is the bigger problem, the door at the cat door hole, because that door leads
You
from
have a
the
kitty
kitchen.
pass?
We're talking
from the
about leaving things
kitchen
open habitually.
to
Every cabinet
the-
in my kitchen is open because Sarah doesn't like the sound of cabinet doors shutting.
I was in the middle of a sentence and then he just totally changed the subject too while talking over me. You don't want to hear about Loki eating cat poop? That was the whole punchline. Now it's out there. If you leave that door open, my dog will eat cat poop.
My sister's dog eats cat poop. 'Cause we have our litter box is like in a. I bought this cabinet from Goodwill, and I was like, I'm gonna make a project, and I decided I was gonna like completely sand it down and stain it, and we cut in the side like a little kitty hole that's shaped like a cat face, and he goes in there and, you know, does his thing, and then he comes out. Well, my sister's dog, when he comes over, I have to put like like a baking sheet or like something there to cover
Because he'll
up
stick his
cat
dirty little
holes.
head in there.
Because he freaking climbs in there and eats cat shit. And I'm like, what are you doing?
With all that cat litter in your fur, it's disgusting. Get out of my face, you
Yeah.
dirt.
I'm like, you're disgusting. You're disgusting.
Whole face in the litter box. It's so
And I'm like,
sickening.
gross. And like my dog doesn't do that. I don't.
You don't have a
are
cat, do you?
constantly rescue. Yeah, I have a cat.
I just know about all your dogs. Do you still have the dog?
Yeah, I still have the dog.
Deanna won't stop rescuing dogs off the street.
Yeah, call me Snow White.
They're looking for her now, babe. They're looking for her.
I just have a big sign on my forehead that says, "Idiot, come to me. I'll rescue you."
Yeah, but tell Jason about this one.
What'd you say?
Tell Jason about the new one.
Oh, yeah, we found her. So there's a neighborhood sign like 2 houses down from where I live, and we were going to my mom's house or somewhere, and we're just driving down the street, and I just see out of the corner of my eye this like hot pink flash, and I look over real quick and I see a dog. But I don't even know what it actually looks like because I can, like, that's how quick of a glance I saw. And I was like, Miles, there's a dog. Like, I just saw it. And he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, it's right there. Like, go help it. I was like, it has a hot pink harness.
You go help it.
Yeah. He was like, I saw that dog this morning. He's like, hot pink harness. I saw that dog this morning when I was going to work, like walking down the side of the street. And I was like, well, it's still right there. He's like, I saw it on the street. I was like, well, it's still there. I was like, what if it got hit by a car or something? And like, it's just hanging out there because it's hurt. And he's like, turns the car around. We go and we park. And I get out of the car and I'm like, like, come here, and it's like growling. Like,
I wonder.
Full like big teeth showing
like
and like
there.
lunging at us, barking, growling, and I'm
gonna
like,
cry.
ugh. And Miles gets out of the car, and so we're like tossing it treats, and we're like trying to get it to like us a little bit so it'll come with us, and we're still like 2 houses down from our house, so Miles is like, I'm going to, and now mind you, we're like in the turning into a neighborhood. I've got my Tesla sitting there with like just no lights or anything on, and the doors are all open. You can barely see. It's like somebody is going to hit us, right? Miles is like, I'm going to leave the car and you with this dog that's trying to attack you. I'm going to go get some treats and some food for, like, we always have dog food, right? So he comes back. I'm sitting there like, please don't bite me. But come love me. He comes back and he has one of my Tupperwares full of cat food because we apparently ran out of dog food. And he's got like half a bag of treats. So we put the food like far away from her because she wouldn't let us get anywhere close to her. And then I'm like breaking off little pieces of snacks and I'm like tossing them in like making like a breadcrumb like trail to the food so that she could eat and get out of the little hidey hole that she's in. We finally, like, it's been like an hour of her growling and lunging and trying to bite us. And I'm like, she's somebody's dog. She's got a harness on. I was like, let me just see if she'll get in the car, right? So I open up the back door and I'm like, come on, get in the car. And what does she do? She goes and she gets in the fucking car. And she jumps in the front seat though. So she's in the front seat of my car.
In the back.
She smells so bad. She smells
Put her
so
back.
bad. She's still growling at us and lunge biting at us, but now she's in my car. And so I'm like, great, we can't even get in the car because she's like trying to bite us.
It's like a really good plan.
And I sit, and she's not getting out of the car, right? So I sit in the back seat of the car so that there's a seat in between us. And I put my hand on the on the thing with like a treat in it. She's like eating out of my hand. And so we finally are like, okay, we're kind of chill. Miles gets in the car, drives us back to our house and drives straight into the backyard. And we like try to get her out of the car and she's not getting out. She's biting us or trying to bite us again. And
Stranger danger.
So yeah,
That
so
dog
Miles
was
had
taught.
to go.
Yeah, stranger danger.
Yeah, Miles had to go inside and get a comforter and wrap the comforter like over his arms and like grab her from behind and yank her out of the car. We got her out of the car. She immediately goes back into the car. Great.
Take me home.
I had to do it again. I had to go
Hole.
close the door real quick. She scratched the crap out of my seats. It is
In the
just- it was
Tesla.
a whole hot mess, and she smelled so bad. My car stunk. Like, it was a whole ordeal, but we finally got her in the backyard, and I was like, well, it's cold outside, but she would have been outside anyway. At least now she's in a gated, closed in backyard so that she doesn't get hit by a car. So we left her outside the first night. The second day, she was like a whole nother dog. Like, she was super, like, letting us pet her and sweet and everything, but we still couldn't bathe her because we were scared that she would bite us. And so we left, like, a heating blanket outside. So I'm, like, going through all these blankets. There's so much laundry.
Heat the stench.
It was, like, a whole thing. Well, the third day that we got her, or that we had her, Miles bathed her. We covered our whole bathroom in peanut butter so that she would, like, be distracted. So the bathroom still smells like peanut butter. It's been like 3 weeks.
This dog has unleashed so much chaos.
I'm saying Miles is a fucking saint. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my god, he is a dream, okay? But like we after she got bathed, we're like, okay, we are fine with her being in the house. She's been wonderful. She's so cuddly. She's so sweet. Like, completely different dog. She like wants to like nuzzle up next to you. The absolute, like, a doll. She's good with the cat. She's good with Charlie, my dog. The only thing is that she has, I think, separation anxiety now. I think we loved her too much. She ate a bag of rhinestones. That's a thing. There's rhinestones all over the living room. She has
That's gonna be
eaten,
like the most interesting dog poop ever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She eats the toys. Like, Charlie is so spoiled. He's gotten BarkBox every month for his entire life. And he's 4. Okay. So we have a quadrillion toys. I don't know if she's never seen toys before or what, but she's grabbed every single toy out of the toy box. And
like Alex.
She eats them and like ingests them. So all the toys are ruined. So there's that. She's eaten like 3 or 4 of like my Tupperwares. Just she'll like, I'll put them on like the dry rack after I wash them, and she'll get up there and she'll eat them. She ate a whole bag of chips because she jumped up onto the countertop one day and was walking on my kitchen counters and ate a bag of chips. She opened Amazon packages. She ate Effordent, which I don't know if you know what Effordent is. It's like the little tablets that you drop into like your denture water, because I have Invisalign. So when I take out my retainers, I like clean them with the Effordent. So she ate like 3 of those.
I'm
like,
dying.
She got like really good teeth then.
Yeah, she is like, what she has is a really good stomach. Like, how do you eat all these things and you're still alive? Oh, she ate an ice pack the other day. So that's a thing.
When you said Miles said that I'm leaving you and the dog, the dog in your car or something like that, the way you worded it, I thought the next words were coming out, I'm going home, because that's exactly what Jason would have done. Okay, you want this dog, that's your Tesla, I get it, whatever. You and the dog and the Tesla could just be here. I'll be at the house and I love you, but I'll see you later.
Look, and then like, Miles is part of the reason why we have all these dogs all the time, because he be catching them too.
Miles, he's the one.
And he loves them, and I'll be like, can I keep it? And he's like, no. Like, well, you brought it here. But we find them together. Like, we just found one on the side of the road.
Why are there so many stray dogs in your area? Do you live in Greece?
No, we live in the hood, and people just be getting rid of their dogs. Like,
oh yeah, you said that before.
She lives in the hood.
Where do you live again? Let's explain that again.
Clayton County, Georgia. So College Park.
Represent.
Bubba Sparks, college
I
boy.
was gonna say that.
Yeah, like it's
So do you know Bubba Sparks?
no.
Do you have his dog?
Wait, didn't
No.
what was the
Probably
story?
not.
What was the story you were telling me the other day? It was you that I was talking to, right? Someone that you went to high school with. Who'd you go to high school with? It was, wasn't it? What? I don't want to say it out loud in case it wasn't.
No, I don't think it was. I don't
It
think
wasn't
it was
you.
me.
It wasn't. It was Gemma. I think she went to high
I'm
school with
so
like
dead.
Pitbull or something.
I'm dead. No, so there's like a couple. I mean, I went to not elementary school.
Did you go to school with anyone famous?
Yeah, I went
Over
to
there in the
middle
hood?
school with no, in New York. I went to middle school and high school with John Bellion.
I don't know what
Do you
that
know who
means.
that is?
Nope.
He's
Chris
like
does.
a producer now, but he dropped like a whole album. I'm sure that if you heard one of his like more popular songs, you would know it. It was on the
Right.
radio for
I'm
a
bad
while.
with names.
But I went to school with him. Was it the Migos? Went to school with like a school like right down the block from me. Like there's like a it's a thing, right? But I met Roscoe Dash in college.
I
That's
don't know
a
what that
thing.
means either.
But Rick Ross lives like a mile away from my
Yeah,
house.
I know that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason
I
wants
wanna
to
go
go
to
to
his
his
car
car
show.
show.
That it's literally
It's
like
like
a mile away from my house.
It's like what, like 50K or 75K or something like that
Just
to
enter
register.
one of your cars in.
Yeah, but
It's insane.
I mean, that's like a once in a lifetime thing. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
You do that
true.
once, and then the
If,
odds.
look, you
if
can't
you're
hide
looking to,
money. If you got it, flaunt it. Okay?
well, I mean, if you're looking to sell whatever you're bringing too, that's like
Oh, yeah.
almost a guaranteed opportunity.
Yep.
Like if I
It's
brought one of my
a
bagged
big thing.
Hummers there, I wouldn't go home with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. You're not wrong. It's a thing. It's a thing. He's got like the property is insane. He's got like his own like his security is like their cars are like gold. Like it's
The security
ridiculous.
cars.
The security cars, they're like parked outside of the gates and the gates are like huge. The property is insane. He's got like signs like the Hollywood sign, but it says Promised Land. It's a lot. And I was like, what is this? But it's a Vander Holyfield's old house. Like and it's on a Vander Holyfield like highway or something like that. Like it's named after Vander Holyfield. But Rick Ross bought it and you can see like like a couple of his crazy cars that are in there. But I think that for a while he was saying that, or I read something that he was like having children, like an after school care program or something like that there. I don't know. But there's like been a whole thing because his buffalo keep escaping.
Who's Buffalo?
Rick Ross has buffalo on that property.
For what?
To graze.
For funsies, okay? But they keep escaping.
Yeah,
They're fun buffalo?
Dude.
I don't know, but they keep escaping and going to the neighborhood next door. They keep finding buffalo in their yard.
Can we title this Deana lives neighbors with Rick Ross and his buffalo keep going? Deanna's met Rick Ross's buffalo.
Yeah, I have pet
I
Rick
have
Ross's
not
buffalo.
met him or his buffalo. I have not met either one of them.
I'm dead that someone has fun buffalo.
Yeah. I mean, good for him.
Funsies.
I want to pet a buffalo.
Why?
Just
What
to
do
say I did.
This is the one that was demanded friendship from a wild rabid animal. And you were wondering why she wants to pet a glorious fucking
You wouldn't
buffalo?
pet a buffalo if you had the opportunity?
I wouldn't go out of my way for it.
Would you pet an elephant?
I'd touch it. Like, I mean, what are you gonna
She's
pet
not
the
a big
leg?
animal person, this one.
I am a big animal person. I like the ones I can cuddle. I can't cuddle an elephant. I am
You
quite
could if you tried.
uncomfortable around an elephant. He could squash me if he so chooses, and I don't really know what to do. Like, are we gonna sit down? Are we gonna stand the whole time? Like, don't whack me, or if you smell, I'm like, what? There's like a lot to do with an elephant. Like, talk about like a dog or something.
There is a place. So, one of the layovers is Johannesburg, South Africa. And there is like an elephant sanctuary, and I want to go so bad because you get to go and like play with the elephants. You get to touch them. You get to like, they like give you kisses like on your little cheek.
Did you
is
have
the
time to do
sweetest
that on a
little-
layover?
Yeah.
Oh,
A
man.
lot of people do it.
Wrong job.
Yeah, so why don't you
there's
do that like
also,
next week?
What'd you say?
So why don't you do that like next week? And
I
update
can't.
us.
So I can't go to Africa because I need to have my yellow fever vaccine, and I just haven't gotten it yet. So I can't go there, and I can't go to Brazil, or like I think there's like a couple other places. But when I was in training, it was required, but there was a shortage of it, so we couldn't get them. And then I just never got it. I need to.
Can you go anywhere and get that? Like, I don't know if my doctor stocks yellow fever.
Yeah, you can get
Really?
it from basically anywhere. I think you just have to call ahead. And
I was gonna say,
"Hey, I
you probably
need
have to
this."
call
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah, like I can't
Yeah,
go
when you
in and
make
get
your
like the flu
appointment.
shot.
Yeah, like you make your appointment and you go and we'll get it. So yeah,
It's good to know if we ever want to go to South Africa.
yeah. You also have
Huh.
to take like Malarone, I think is what it's called. It's like an anti like malaria pill, and you have to take it like 7 days ahead of time, and for like I don't know, but to prevent malaria.
Could just stay over here too.
Right. But then she won't get kissed by elephants.
It's true.
I feel like there's probably places that will offer such a service in the States.
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Can she?
You can feed the giraffes at the Philadelphia Zoo. So like,
Do you want me to take you to feed the giraffes? It's $5. I'll pay for you.
yeah, it's $5. I'll grab. They
Please?
grab the.
Yeah,
The
you and Alex
leaves.
can do it.
Right out of your
It's-
hand.
You get like 3 of them.
Yeah, they
For
give you a branch.
$5.
Snatch it right out of your hand.
Look, there is a lot of things I want to do. I wish I could be the person that like plays with the pandas at the zoo. You know what I'm talking about? That like
Specifically just the pandas or someone that plays with all those little bears?
I want to play with the pandas.
All right, I'm in.
You
I don't know if they'll
or
let
the
you
ones
do that
like,
at the Philadelphia
dress-
Zoo, but
People that dress
yeah.
like pandas to like get
You
them
want
to
to
like
pet the people
eat.
that dress like pandas?
No, I want to be one of the people that dress like the pandas so that I can like sneak into their like enclosure and like play with them.
You want to sneak into a furry party?
No, God no.
we should have had Deana fly to the San Diego Zoo, babe, to get your pajamas that you had shipped there twice.
I don't even want to talk about the fucking pajama thing because.
What happened to your pajamas?
Listen, I'm never on, like, not never, but when it comes to the like family event stuff, my cousins are getting together and this Saturday doing like a cousin's Christmas thing, and everyone, all of us are gonna wear pajamas and stuff, right? And all the kids wearing pajamas. So I was like, I'm gonna be prepared for this shit because I'm tired of like running to Target the day before on these things. And
Which
I'm
would
gonna
have
look up
happened
like
if I was
look
in
up
charge. We would have been getting them today.
So I went online, I went on Tipsy Elves, and I was like, all right, let's go and see what they got. And they had gingerbread man looking like onesie pajamas.
Yeah.
Like, cool, they got them for all of us. So with us, part of this story, this is important. With shipping, when we're testing out different products and stuff, I put things in the cart on my own website, and then I put in an address in California because that's usually the highest price. So that's how I can gauge how I'm going to charge shipping on a product, like what it's going to cost me overall. So I was like, usually I look up somebody's address in California, like in our system, and I just didn't feel like it. So I literally, usually Katie Price, because shit's just easier. So I was like, I don't feel like looking somebody up. So I just put in the San Diego Zoo because I was like, whatever, it's in San Diego and it'll give me my quoted price, right? Got my quoted price, did all that shit, was done with it, closed my website out. Well, my website has ShopPay on it. What it did was ShopPay saved that address in my ShopPay. And I literally don't do a lot of online shopping. It's Amazon if I'm buying things online for the most part. So I hadn't used ShopPay in weeks. went and to order the pajamas off Tipsy Elves. They have a Shopify website.
Oh no.
I didn't realize that it auto-filled all that shit in from the previous thing. I was just like, yeah, like we're doing it. Go to order my stuff. And it said, I even showed Sarah the text. I was excited. This was a week ago. I'm like, dude, I am so far ahead. I ordered the pajamas. We are fucking in there like swimwear. And I show Sarah the text. I was like, look how with it Tipsy Elves is. I got an update that's like, your delivery person is 8 minutes away. I'm like, it is like serious, the tracking. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And then like an hour later, I'm like, I didn't see any packages or anything. I don't recall. So I went and checked it. It said it was delivered. And I'm like, that's weird. There's nothing outside. Excuse me. I look at the address and it said San Diego Zoo. And I was like, you motherfucker. So I'm like, I said to Sarah, I was like,
He had to come tell me this. He had to come tell me that they're at the zoo.
I'm like, I don't know what to do. And Tipsy Elves pajamas are not that cheap either. If you're getting them for the whole family, this wasn't like, oh, it was like $40, you know, whatever. It was like almost $200 in pajamas. So I'm like fucking pissed. So I messaged them and I was like, all right, guys, like this thing autofilled at checkout and it was shipped to the wrong address. Like it was definitely, and I'm like a Boy Scout with this shit. I tell on myself. I won't lie. Sarah's like, don't tell them like that you did it. And I'm like, no, like I'm going to just tell them. So
He does that to everyone but me.
It was a fucking, I should have double checked it. It was the wrong address. My bad, whatever. What do I do? And they were like, oh, no problem. We will literally just like ship you replacements to your correct address. No extra fees. No. I was like, you guys are awesome. I was like, that's fucking cool. And this is amazing. So he's like, you'll get an email confirming. I got an email in a couple minutes later that was like, hey, you got like a fresh order or whatever. I was like, all right, cool. This past Monday, I get the tracking that says your shit's out for delivery. And I was like, okay, let's look at it. I pull it up and it says that it's in fucking California. And I was like, what do you mean it's out for delivery in California? What's that mean? That's not where I live. So I look and the dude sent my replacements to the same address. He sent it right back to the zoo. So I was like, someone is at the zoo going, who is Jason Lively and why does he keep sending gingerbread man pajamas here? Because now there's not one, but two sets of mom, dad, and baby girl gingerbread man pajamas, okay? That showed up at the zoo.
But now what do we have?
So mind you, I go back. This time it's their fault, not my fault. Yeah. So I go there and I'm like, okay, you guys sent a replacement package to the same fucking address that was the incorrect address. I was like, I have, and you know, like how when you do like a help email, a lot of times they'll send you the log of it.
Yeah.
So I have the whole conversation and I double checked it to make sure that like, I'm like, was there a breakdown in communication? No, like dude just screwed up. So before I could even like pop off on her, she was like, oh wow, like that's a huge mistake or whatever. Would it be cool if we overnight you the replacements again to the correct address? And I was like, that's actually, we're all set then. I'm like, that's fine. As long as I still get them by this weekend, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So they ship them, all that, it's going. And then I get an update on my phone yesterday that it was like, one, it said your stuff was out for delivery, but then I got another email that said your order was refunded. And I was like, that's fucking weird. So I checked the refund email and it says that mine, dad's, are back ordered now. So they refunded mine. So Sarah's and Alex's got delivered yesterday and mine got canceled.
Because they sent them all to the zoo.
Because all of mine are at the fucking zoo with the pandas. So yesterday, this was like I didn't even tell you this part. This was the icing. This is why I said I didn't feel like talking about it.
I'm going to be annoyed. I just know it.
I was like, I'm going to go on Amazon and just find some fucking cheap dad gingerbread man pajamas that match close enough to them. Because whatever. Because Sarah was like, well, what are we going to do now? I was like, those pajamas were still very expensive. Your two sets. You're going to fucking wear them. So
I didn't say, what are we going to do now? I said, tell me what they look like. I'm going to find you a pair.
They got dad's Tipsy Elves brand gingerbread man pajamas on Amazon Prime
for
like
more expensive.
$20 more than what I paid originally. And yeah, they're probably at my house right now because they were one day. I was like, so ultimately, I think I do overall have all the pajamas that I sought out to purchase 10 days ago, but it was a journey to get to where we are today.
My favorite part is after the first time he found out they were at the zoo, he comes in, I'm loading up vinyl onto the vinyl computer. He comes storming in because he's upset. And I feel it because I've been there. And he's like, I can't believe this. And he's like, they're at, they're at the zoo and whatever. And it's like, he's blaming everyone but him. It's Tipsy Elf. Like, it's all this. And I'm like, right. When customers do this to us, what do you do when they talk like you do? And what do I say? I'm always, and obviously most of this happened in my head, but I did point that out. I'm like, customers do that to us all the time. And I tell you, like, they're not actually believing sometimes what they're saying. They're angry right now. They needed something. They're disappointed. And, they need someone to be mad at. And they have not thought this sentence through that they sent to you. And they know that doesn't make any sense. They're the one that put the address in.
Yep.
I mean, Tipsy Elf got way more money than I do, but when it happens to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand. I thought you were going to say, I did not, look, there was not one point in that entire story where I could have predicted what was going to happen next. Let me just start with that.
That's pretty much every story of ours.
Say that you went to go close your laptop and it like accidentally ordered for you, because I've had that happen. Like, or like you go to type in like your shipping to like quote it out and be like, okay, I'll think about this. And it accidentally ordered. That's happened to me for car parts. And I spent like $6,000 on accident.
Oops, I slipped on a car part and they just ordered.
No, I went to go type in like shipping, like to quote how much shipping would be. And
it went through.
And it just went through. Like, it didn't even give me the option to like, like place order. No, it just went through. And I was like, okay. Like, I guess we're getting car parts now, But like, I thought that was what you were going to say. Like, I accidentally ordered. I didn't have like real intentions. And then you were like, oh, I ordered it to the zoo.
Twice.
You only ordered it once to the zoo.
You should check the San Diego Zoo TikTok and see if the animals are wearing your onesies.
If they made a TikTok.
Like, somebody just keeps sending fucking pajamas here. They must think that the animals are cold.
Donations for the babies.
That the animals are cold.
Somebody's very confused at the zoo, though.
That's so funny.
That is hilarious.
I wonder if they sent them back or they
I'm so
kept
sorry
them.
that happened, but that is so funny.
Well, that's why I was extra stressed out, because when I went on the website, when I realized what happened originally, it said their procedure is like for a replacement, like you can do replacement, but like the original has to be returned or whatever. And I was like, and I even said that, I was like, I don't know if anyone at the zoo is going to return those pajamas. I'm like, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm like, I said, I can only hope,
eventually.
like, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do, And he's like, no, like, we'll just send you more. I'm like, all right.
I don't see you on the TikTok just yet, but there's always hope.
It's true.
Maybe
They'll
they just
sort
haven't
through
gotten
those
to
packages. It yet. The seals are getting fan mail, or the otters. The otters are getting fan mail. They're PJs. They're gonna
screw the seals.
Put them on the otters.
I should have asked Kelly to go stop at the zoo and check on them for me.
Oh yeah, she's in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Could you even imagine?
Oh my gosh! Look,
Deanna's gonna have a fish option at her wedding.
Like to go fishing?
It's not gonna be like a real fish option. Like, it's gonna be for like dietary, like needs, like
for people that don't eat meat,
vegetarian. Yeah, so I'm not gonna have like, it's not gonna be like, oh, I prefer fish. I'm gonna have it's like, I don't eat meat. What do you have that's something else? And I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I have this, because the options are gonna be like chicken and steak and pasta, and then on the website it's like, do you have a dietary restriction or whatever? And then that way I'll be able to tell the chef, prepare X amount of vegetarian meals, X amount of this kind of meal, you know. But yeah,
So
there will be
all the not meat
an
eaters are covered, babe.
option.
They were covered with pasta.
They were covered with. I was gonna say, can you have the pasta and the fish?
You sure can. You sure can.
I'll get one and you get the other one. See,
I understand what you're trying to do here.
no, that was already done, but then that was the second idea. The second part was a different idea. Not a bad idea. I eat like little bits.
You got a lot of flights planned
Please,
already.
for the amount of money that I'm spending on catering, take as much as you want. As much as you want. You want a
That's why
to-go
you gotta be a
box?
flight attendant, babe. A to-go box for the
You want
plane.
to-go box?
You just mail it to me. It might still, if you overnight it, it'd be fine. You don't have a lot to do that
Look.
weekend, right?
Oh no, not that much. Oh.
Are you going on a honeymoon?
Yeah, but probably not right away because we're spending so many dollars on the wedding that I'm just like, I can't even. Besides the dollars, is the time. I can't even fathom putting together like a trip somewhere. And like, when we do go on a trip, I want it to be somewhere like a little bougie. So we're gonna have to save our pennies again.
I was gonna say, how do you
But,
come
like-
up with an exciting honeymoon when like you go everywhere by default?
Yeah. So, you know.
It's like, whoa, Hawaii. You were like, I was there last week. It's fucking cool and stuff, but like, you know.
Actually, I haven't been to Hawaii yet. But like, I want to do something like crazy, you know, not like super.
Yeah, what's crazy though? Like, you want to
Well,
go
like-
to like Uganda,
No,
or like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to go to war-torn countries, or
no,
because that's
I wanna
crazy.
go, like
I want
wanna
to see
do-
bombs drop from the sky.
No. I want to do. When I say crazy, I mean like I don't want to be like.
I didn't
oh,
know
we're
her
gonna go-
definition of crazy.
No, I mean like I don't want to be like I'm doing a weekend in Montego Bay. Like
That's not crazy.
Montego Bay is great, but like I can go to Montego Bay at literally any point,
Yeah.
any day of the week, you know?
Right.
We'll see about them weekends.
But like look. But I mean, I want to do something that's like not as easily accessible to my day to day. Like I want to
Like the
maybe do,
Ukraine.
like Tahiti. No, Ukraine. No, I want to go to like I don't know,
You said not very
Tahiti
accessible,
or,
so I
like-
thought maybe like, you know, places that are
North
actually in
Korea.
active war zones right now.
No. Yeah, we're just here for the thrill
Yeah.
of it. No.
Why don't you go to but for serious though, what about like Cuba?
Ooh.
So like my when they like the day they opened up the doors to be able to go to Cuba, my cousin went, and the pictures from when she went were just like, because it was like trapped in time because they
Yeah.
were cut off from everybody else. So all the taxis are 50s cars from the
Yep,
1950s and shit.
everything is 50s cars because they
Yeah.
can't get anything new.
Right.
Miles wants to go to Cuba really badly because, you know.
You guys love
if you
cars.
oh my gosh. If you ever go on vacation with Miles, first of all, you're going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why is he here? Right? Because all he cares about, like we could be going to like a 5-star, like all-inclusive resort, the most beautiful place you've ever been in your life. And the only thing that he cares about is the ride to and from the airport because he wants to look at the cars. That's all he cares about. Okay. Oh, we didn't get that car in the US. Oh, we didn't get that car in the US.
Yeah.
And you're like, Miles.
Especially in South
shut up.
America, all the pickup trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like literally, we went to Cozumel. Oh no, we went to it was Puerto Vallarta. And like the first picture he took, like it wasn't of me, it wasn't of him, it wasn't of the scenery, it was of like a 4-door like Nissan hardbody. He's like, we didn't get
Yeah.
that one in the US.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Jason's eyes.
Those are
lit
the
up.
most serious ones. Yeah, like 4-door mini trucks
yeah.
in South America and Mexico and stuff are like serious.
Yeah, and he's like the first post that he made on Facebook was literally I'm not even kidding. It was a picture of me like with the ocean behind me from our balcony and a picture of the truck and he's like 2 of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
I love that.
I'm like Miles, please. Why are you the way that you are? Okay. But so he wants to
You
go to
always
Cuba
freeze in the
really,
best
really
spot. Yeah.
badly. But I just don't see myself for my honeymoon being in Cuba. I want to be somewhere like ridiculous, right? I want to be like in
Italy.
I still don't know what the definition
or
of ridiculous is.
Fiji or like this. I don't even know how you say it. Seashells? Is that how you say it? How you pronounce it? I want to be like on like an island where nobody else is with me, or like I want to go to Thailand, or
I really want to go to Thailand.
Same,
like,
actually.
Or
I
like
want to
Fiji. You want to go to Fiji?
Yeah, like I want to go Bora Bora,
Yeah.
the Azores. Like, give me somewhere where not very many people are going. That's where I want to go.
That was like one of the things Sarah and I were looking at, like Bora Bora a few years ago and stuff. But the biggest thing, one, is how much Sarah doesn't really like flying in general, and the amount of time. Like, so I don't think flying is that big of an issue for you, but
those are some of the
amount of time on the plane was the biggest issue, and the cost overall, which also not so much of an issue for you, right, with the flights, but the cost of flying to Fiji is like fucking nuts, because that was the discussion. It was like, could you justify sitting coach on a flight that long?
21 and a half hours, it says.
And it was like, probably like hard no. And I think when we were estimating the flight for first class for that is like $11K a person or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay. So it's like the flight's 2 to 3 times more than the actual trip. And I think that's why the trips are probably so affordable, because they know that if the trip was that much and the flight was that much, nobody's going.
Go. Yeah.
There's 3 stops too.
Yeah, it's like you can get rooms in Bora Bora for like a weekend stay for like $300, but it costs you like 20 grand to get there.
Yeah. I mean,
Australia.
It's insane. It's a lot of.
It's around that area.
It's like a lot of things that. That's why, I mean, that's part of why I love my job. It makes things a lot more accessible, like travel in general, more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you know, for Christmas, not last year, but the year before, Miles's gift was to go to Le Mans. Yeah, it was literally, I did a whole week trip to France. And it was to go see like the biggest car race in the world, which is Le Mans, the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And I don't know if you ever saw the movie Ford versus Ferrari, but the whole movie is based on this race. And it's always been like a dream of Miles's to go, but it's always been like super unobtainable, because not only do you know, the tickets aren't crazy. They're like, I think the cheapest ticket is like $90 a person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like out of this world to like go to the actual race, but like getting there, you know, flying to France, that's not a cheap cost. But I have like, obviously with my job, I can go. So me and Miles, we got flights to go to France, and I just rented an Airbnb for the week, and we got tickets, and I spent a little bit more than the $90 on the tickets, because we did like, if we're going to go, obviously we're going to go. And so we did like a grid walk, and we were in the pits and like got to be right up against the cars. I was this close to Patrick Dempsey without him being there. Like, Patrick Dempsey has like a race team that races Le Mans, and I was like this close to where he would be standing if he was there. But like,
you're my favorite.
You know, you're right there in the mix. And he's like, I cannot believe that we went. Like, this is so unobtainable for so many people. But because of your job, we were able to do it, you know? And it's the flights. That's really what it is. The flights are the most expensive part of so many things. Like,
Bora Bora was $9,300, by the way, a person.
Which what?
$9,300 a person. For
what?
me, for the flight to Bora Bora, and you don't even get on one of the nice planes. It's just like a regular A321neo, John.
Is that from, where is it flying out of
PHL
LA?
to LAX, and then LAX
and then LA
to Tahiti, to Bora Bora.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We do fly to Tahiti now. We're going to Tahiti. Come on, let's go.
Well, so I definitely want to bring up at least some craft topic, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
I was hesitant on bringing it up, but I gotta know. You're getting married on a particular weekend. How did that happen? So, like, and I know it sucks. And for people that don't know, like, Deana decided to ruin TumblerCon and plan her wedding on that same weekend. I mean, it's messed up, but she, you know, must hate tumblers. It's we just got it out of the way.
Look, so my original, when we first started planning the wedding, we wanted to have a spring wedding.
Mhm.
And so we were thinking like May, maybe, or like April, May. And then
We're like June 20th, around there.
right? Look, it was April or May at first. And then April, May came and we were like, the way our allergies work, no. Miles loses his voice. Like, it just, I just feel like crap the whole time. It just wasn't it. So I was like, okay, well, let's push it a little past like allergy season, right? So we were going to do June 8th. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be it, like June 8th. Well, my childhood best friend has another wedding that day. Like, her significant other has like another, like her best friend's wedding. I don't know. It was just like a whole thing. They had a wedding that they were in. So obviously we couldn't do that. And then the weekend after is like, is it Father's Day or something like that?
I think so, probably.
Yeah. And then, so I was like, okay, well, June 22nd, that's, you know, the next week. Otherwise, we're just getting further and further into the summer, and it's going to be too hot. Yeah. So, you know, I was like, okay, June 22nd, let's do this, right? So we signed the contract, everything is great. Well, it's like a month later, I go to TumblerCon, and I don't know why, but something clicked in my head, and I was like, let me ask Nikki when she's planning TumblerCon for next year.
So you didn't even think about it at all till you were at TumblerCon. Because you've been a teacher every year, right?
No, so last year was my first year, and then I'm teaching this year again. So when I was there, I was like, Nikki, when's TumblerCon next year? Because the prior year it was in July.
Right.
And
she
like,
switched. We were in June, she was in July.
Yep. So I was like, maybe, you know, there's some like wiggle room. Maybe she's planning on going back to July. I don't know, but let me ask. She's like, I think it's gonna be the same weekend. And I was like,
cool.
I was like, please don't. And I know that she had like some she had like reasonings on having that particular date.
They pushed
like,
her into
other things going on. Yeah. So there was no moving it. So I'm so sad because I love TumblerCon so much. The first time I ever went to TumblerCon, I went right up to Nikki and I was like, please plan my wedding. This is amazing.
I was like, stole her weekend instead.
Believe me, I'm more upset about it than probably literally anybody. I am so sad that I can't go. And Nikki was like, what if you just did it here? And I'm like,
everyone could go.
It was like, it's not like I already booked a bunch of stuff. But I would love that. I would love to have like, you know, all my Tumblr friends and everything there.
I know. I talk a lot of crap, but I know that you're upset about it.
I'm very upset about it. Like, I love TumblerCon because I love conventions in general because I get to see like so many people that I wouldn't normally see. You know what I mean? Like, people that you know from the internet, and you know, you see their names, and you know, you actually get to meet them in person, and it's just really special.
Right.
And even besides just like general like members and other Tumblr makers, but like companies that, you know, you're dealing with, you know, all the time, or you're buying from, you get to put a face to a name. And it's just really special to do, you know, to go to conventions and make those connections. And also like getting to, you know, products that you get to actually like touch and feel and see, you know, shopping around the different booths. Like, it's just a really good time, and it's always so like happy. Like the atmosphere is just like, I don't know. I'm really sad. I'm really
You came up
sad
to me at
about it.
CultureCon, and now I've been obsessed with you ever since.
I've been obsessed with you ever since.
I am
Look, I
sad
was a whole
about your
mess that
weekend. Oh, same.
I was a whole mess that weekend. But like CultureCon, I think was my first. No, there's another one before that, but CultureCon was my first like convention that I went to that had like big businesses. Not,
Right.
I guess the other one had a couple big businesses too, but like I mean,
I think
like,
I get what you're saying, though.
you see what I'm saying? Like there was more like big businesses that I recognized and that I knew and that like I had bought from, and people that like I recognized people's names and stuff like that, and I was able to like actually go and meet them and be like, here's who I am, this is how I know you, this is why I love you, you know, and actually like get to like talk to people. And Nikki probably thought I was so crazy because at CultureCon, and I still think about this is my Roman Empire, okay? I went up to Nikki and I was like, hi, I'm Deana, and I gave her this big hug, and that was like the first ever things I ever said to her, and she was like, hi. And I'm like, hi, because you feel like you know people, you know, and it's like you don't actually, but you feel like you do. And I can't stop thinking about that. I need to bring that up to her and be like, I'm so sorry. It's so embarrassing.
I have a library of those situations. Last year at TumblerCon, this one girl, Corey, who I met through like Jen and Nikki and everyone, I love her.
Yeah.
She's great. And I'm outside at TumblerCon. I was walking to the car, and I don't have my glasses on. And they broke in February. I've just been struggling ever since. So I'm like walking, and I see this woman walking towards me, and I start waving at her like, hey, good morning. And, you know, doing my like, I'm like singing, I'm like having a good time. And she doesn't say anything. And I'm like, why is Corey not like saying anything to me? She sees me, right? And I'm like, hi. We get a little closer, still nothing. And now we're like here. It's not Corey. I do not know this person. There's nobody else outside there. I can't even be like, oh, that was over there. No, nobody. And I was just like, and the sidewalk's like this big. So we're like brushing shoulders, and I'm just like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
TumblerCon's full of all kinds of experiences. And what kind of clickbait is it if I put the title of this, Deana speaks out on TumblerCon? Deana hates TumblerCon.
I don't hate TumblerCon. Nikki's going to be like, Deana, what the hell?
She makes Sarah,
like,
what the
it's
hell?
Sarah's fault.
Yeah, Sarah's trying to get them clicks again.
Not the clickbait.
If I don't wind this down, though, we'll sit here all day, and I will not be upset about that because it would be a great day spent.
I'll talk to you all day. I'm a talker.
The boys just are sitting, just absorbing everything. It's just
yeah,
the me and you
Jason's
show.
like, Jason's still on Rick Ross's car show.
Mm-hmm.
He's
I'm
like
crafting in my head.
Yeah. I'm dead. Miles said, "Come down anytime."
Does he even have time? He's a YouTube star himself.
He does have time. He's got more time than anybody in the world. I'm just kidding. No, he doesn't. But he's got time. He'll make time. He'll make it happen.
I saw your post about all his subs the other day. Good for him.
Yeah, he's becoming a little YouTube star. I just made, speaking of clickbait, this is so funny. He ordered car parts off of Temu. And he made them work on his car. Like, not anything crazy. It's not like he ordered his engine off there, but like he ordered like armrests for his van off of Temu. And I was like,
huh, that's
what? But I had to make I make all his thumbnails. And so he's like, put together this picture and the little Temu sign and put some words on it. And I was like, okay. And so the words, I was like, I ordered car parts, ... off of Temu with like exclamation points and question marks. And I'm like, this is so cheesy. Like, it's
but that's
so
what they want. That they're gonna click on that.
But it works. Yeah. It works. It's insane. It's insane how crazy like.
So we'll just bite off that. We'll just bite off that. Miles gets car parts from Temu.
It's the stuff that
right here on Crafty.
This is the stuff that me and Chris were talking about like yesterday. But it's like you have to go to the level of cringe to get the click, but then like deliver to make them stay.
Yep.
Like it can't just be the clickbait. It has to be clickbaity to make them click.
Right.
But you have to
But you
follow
actually
through with
have
the
to
content, and then
keep it
they'll
going.
stay and watch the video. But it's like it's so hard to
I don't want to
like
disappoint
to
them.
sign off on them icons. You know, like you look at the icon, you're like, this is stupid as fuck. I fucking hate it. You know what I mean? Like my eyes hate it. But it's like, but people will click on this.
1.3 M's later.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
every single time. Yeah, I wish. Let me get some M&Ms.
Did you see my drama post? Did you see my drama
Yes,
post
I
on Friday?
did. I did.
That
I
reached
saw
over
it.
30,000 people.
You know why you
That's
saw it?
insane.
Because
Because
Sarah used the word drama in it.
Yes.
If she didn't put that in there, you would have been like, no, I'll go look right now because
And
Facebook
that's
wouldn't
the
even have
tea,
fucking shown
sis.
you.
Do you know how when I turned my
So
phone back
stupid.
on, do you know how many messages and phone calls I had? People were freaking out. They were calling each other. They were messaging each other because Sarah's not answering anyone at this moment, which is
People
not
are so
completely
nosy.
abnormal.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not completely abnormal for me not to answer, but also something's clearly happening, and I sounded upset. And people were like, "No, if something was happening, like I would know." And then this person's like, "I didn't know anything," and that person's like, "What the hell is she gonna say?" And here's Sandy messaging me on every platform she could find. Sarah, no, it's not worth it. Don't you let anyone get to you. And I'm like,
Don't do
Sandy.
it. Oh my god, I love her so much.
I had to send her
Oh my
the
gosh.
picture. There's like a group chat I was in with her, and I had to send her the picture of the 3 drama shakers. And I'm like, don't hate me. And I'm like, are they gonna hate me? Because I have to post this now and there's seconds to go. And I'm like, I just sent it. I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna freak out.
my
They're here for the
gosh.
drama.
Look, it's the clickbait.
Yeah.
It's the clickbait, and
My
that
normal
is the
post gets seen by
crafty,
5
okay?
people. That one got seen by more than 30,000.
That's insane. That is insane. It's amazing. Like I remember Miles was watching something on YouTube, and because that's all he does all day. He watches YouTube videos in the living room. But he was watching something where somebody was saying like when a video on their YouTube or whatever isn't doing well, they'll go back in like a week later and change the thumbnail. And they'll like update, like they'll do like a different like clickbaity title on the thumbnail, and then their video blows up
Have you ever heard of
because
that,
they
Chris?
changed
Tweaking it after?
Yeah. And that like their video blows up, and it's like a big YouTube channel, like a car guy. I don't know if it's like I don't remember. I don't know if it's like Whistling Diesel maybe, or like I don't know. It was just like a big car guy, and they were just talking about how like when a video is just not doing well, they'll re-upload a thumbnail with like a different clickbaity title, like a wording, and it like completely changes the views and everything because it's almost like reintroduced. Like it's like a bump. And
I
it's
used to
like
do that with my
reintroduced,
Etsy
and then people
listings.
like
That makes sense.
highly recommend.
We should try that one time, like a whole case study. Listen to
case
me, like I'm
study.
like an investigator on the YouTube on the YouTube channel, on the Glitter Guys YouTube channel.
Yeah, do it. I mean, it's like again, it's like a very, very well known. I just can't remember who exactly it was, but like a very well known like YouTube channel, and they do that. That's how they get all their videos to get like all these crazy views. Is
We'll have to
because
make a good video for it. I don't know what it'll be yet. Something.
I don't know, but
Clickbait's going in this title, that's for sure. Come learn how to clickbait on YouTube from Deana Tomas.
oh my gosh, they get like 3 minutes of that, but the rest of the video is us talking about randomness.
They have to go to an hour in to get it. I'm sorry, you guys. But you guys know all about being a flight attendant and all that cool stuff, and we're not to go for florals.
I'm gonna have to come on Craft Tea for a 4th time to talk about crafts.
Yes.
Jason's rolling his eyes. His eyes are like in the back of his head.
That's where they belong anyway.
Jason's like, I'm so sick of you. Stop bringing Deana on.
No, I love when Deana's on.
As long as she keeps bringing guests, because then I don't have to talk.
Oh, I'll do all the talking for all of us. I'm a talker.
Same.
That's what you're here for. So it's good. It's really good. At least you're not a mime, because we'd be fucked.
Dee, my dear,
Can you mime the rest of the episode?
No, we can't let her do that.
I didn't say Vogue. You just started voguing.
Because the next part was telling her to do her social media handles. How is she going to do that miming?
Yeah. You have your sign behind you. You just go like, yeah, that. There you go.
Oh my God.
D, my dear, if anyone wants to find you, where will they find you at? Because we got to wind this thing down for real. I think there's other work I have to do. My ass didn't even get into work till like 9 o'clock today.
I
Super
haven't done a single
abnormal.
thing today.
That's
I've
not true. You
done
woke
a
up and went to
single
the
thing.
gym.
Besides that, I've done nothing. Anyways, at Cerise Boutique on everything. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
And Tumblr
Snap.
Tutors, they can find you
OnlyFans.
at, right?
Oh, just kidding. Not OnlyFans. But Tumblr Tutors is my Facebook group for makers. Yeah. Come join. Come hang out.
Come book a seat on my flight.
Come book a seat on my flight. Yeah.
I'm only doing all-inclusive Saturdays.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Everybody put your
I hope you get it, D.
I hope so too, because I really need to find out where I'm going for my bachelorette.
Yeah, me
So,
too. I need to know.
I gotta know, you know.
My vacation days refresh in January and I only get so many.
Not the vacation days for the company you own.
They get shorter every year.
Oh man. You should take that up with the boss.
Yeah, she don't want to hear it. She's stressed out.
That's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine.
We'll video chat later on, I'm sure, because I don't know how to be alone anymore anyway. So
That's okay.
I guess I
That's
better get back
okay.
to work.
That's fine. Look, it is all good. I need to start cleaning up this workspace so we can make that cup that we've been talking about.
After this, can we make a date like soon? Because I want to do it for Christmas.
Yes. We only have a couple more days, girl.
Okay. Tell me the day. Message me the day. And you want to do your line?
Tea, always bring the pot to the kettle and never bring the kettle to the pot.
Now, pour the tea.